over and back, not watching for the line that time.
That's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Time to just slow it down, make the simple play, and get a good shot. Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Smith. Pass to James. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And that's now 20 points for LeBron. Warriors trail by 15. Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
Boy, did they shoot it well. You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo Thoré performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
The pass to Irving. Smith outside. And stolen by Barnes. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And Green gets it to go.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Irving.
Matthew Dellavedova.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
Yeah, it has been, and they've been able to overcome the carelessness to this point, but I'm sure the coaching staff wants that to get cleaned up right now.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys, plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Thompson passes to Smith. The three ball. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Smith's got 9 points.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that.
Jam! I mean, just beautiful. It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not
Is
probable. But it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Curry dishes to Green. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
14 feet away. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over him. A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. And here we go. Cavaliers running again. And finished off by LeBron.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for James. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Razili's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Golden State's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost plus 15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they wanted.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Livingston, no luck.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Dominating on the glass, Greg. I mean, a huge advantage for them in that particular category.
And here are the Warriors now. Inside. Mozgov with the steal. Smith for 3. The three-quarter. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Well, Cleveland shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. They've got him on Shumpert. Mozgov is out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Mo Williams, and it's Jones in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Here's Clark. And that one comes up a bit short.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Shumpert, no good. Warriors shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. In the corner, Rush with it. It's stolen by Jones. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And another miss by Cleveland.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Green with the block. And Varejao kicks to Green. Here's Rush. Williams with the block.
James Jones. That's his first personal foul.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Anderson.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. McCray has come in for Shumpert. Spates checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. Here's McCray. Releases from the wing and drills it.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
And, Greg, you know how it is. Sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 baskets to get things going. Maybe we're getting ready to pump a little life into this one.
It's Williams with the drive. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
On its way from Barbosa for 2. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And that's an intentional foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Rush the pass to Varejao. Here's Spates. And again, no good by Golden State. Cleveland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Stolen by Varejao. From deep three-point range. And it's Barbosa, again missing. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, with the game out of reach, intentional fouls don't mean anything. It's just an exercise in futility. Let the clock go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Clark. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense at this point.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Love's checked in. And then for Golden State, Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Stephen Curry in for Ian Clark. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. Williams kicks to Love. The three-pointer, no good. The Warriors have gone 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. A disastrous start to the period. At the elbow, it's Thompson. Pass to Green. Back to Curry. Kicks to Green. Curry got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. And it's Iman Shumpert in for McCray.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Cleveland.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good, the player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for LeBron James. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Williams missing again. And the Warriors with possession here. They've allowed just 7 points. Here in the fourth quarter. Jefferson against Curry. At the elbow, Williams. And here's Frye from the arc. Rebounded by Bogut. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but